overtaking some traffic here on the inside. He cuts back and he actually hits me in the back. We have a good save there. Hello everyone, welcome to Kartbaan Duiven for this second heat. The first heat we had a massive kart failure going up this ramp, and now we are trying to set some quick laps this heat. We're gonna have some fun moments with traffic as you have seen, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't seen last week, definitely go check it out. Now we do have the kart that my fiance had the last heat and said is very heavy to steer, so we're gonna see if we can make it work and if we can get a quick lap time out of it. And then at the end I'll give my verdict on this kart. Was it very heavy or was it just my fiance who was struggling with it a lot? But for now we're almost approaching the first lap going across the line, and let's see if we can start this session out well. We go across the line through the first corner, a decent corner, go up the hill, and then we go to the right again, taking good speed. The long left hander always have to see if you can stick it to the inside. We can. The right hander also quite well, so this does look like quite a good first lap going through the right, not hitting the wall on the inside, and then approaching the double hairpin. The right hander seems good, then going through the left hander, not hitting the apex quite well, and then we go to the down ramp. On the down ramp we almost go wide, we miss the apex. I do that on purpose, and the left hander at the end of the down ramp good, and through the right, long right hander here, just a little lift there through the right, and then we go on to the start finish straight, going across the line there and having a 42.28, so only about half a second above my PB, so definitely a very good first lap, and we're gonna see if we can build on that and get quicker and quicker through these laps. Now like I said, on the down ramp I missed the apex in the middle there between the two down ramps. That's because I find there's a little bit more grip in most of these karts if you don't go to the apex fully. So here you go to the outside of the corner, although I do make a mistake here, and that means we lose quite a bit of time and we're not going to improve on our session best time at this lap. And it's gonna be quite tight because there's also gonna be quite a few people on track, a little bit of traffic, so if we make too many mistakes through this lap, then we will be held up through the blue lights that they will be getting. Even though it might be minimal, it might make the difference between setting a personal best lap and having a bad lap. So as you can see there in front of us, the first person already appearing. So here we go, let's see if we can overtake them quickly. And although it seems that they're far away, especially in the braking zone through the hairpin there, we catch up massively. We're side by side trying to do a switchback. It doesn't quite work out. They do see me and they go out of the way on the down ramp, so that's good. Now on this second part of the down ramp we actually hit the apex there quite well. It's very difficult to hit that apex. You have to really steer in early just to get there, and when we go through the right hander they actually hit the wall on the exit, so that's gonna also compromise our run through the start finish line. And then through the right, the up ramp, we also hit the apex there on the inside, so this definitely not a great lap, a few hits of the barrier. And then through the left hander you can see we can actually stay inside quite well, so we do have a kart that, although it is quite heavy to steer, it does definitely have some good grip. Now this track is actually quite physical, quite high speed, and some really good corners there. You have to steer quite hard. You can see me gripping the steering wheel differently through the corners just to make it through there. You have to really swing in these karts, and if I have driven this track I always get a little bit sweaty at the end, especially after 3 heats. Now we do actually have someone now in front of us again, so we're gonna see if we can overtake them, catching up on the up ramp through the right handers, getting very close, and then through the left hander we hit them in the back. And actually apologize by putting the hand up because I didn't think they would break for that left hander, or at least where they were, they would go a little bit wider. So we do apologize because that was not something I wanted to do, but something I did also in the last heat, so definitely a place to watch out for other people. And now going through the down ramp here, actually through the left hander, we finally hit the apex there one time. It does actually feel quite good. Normally it doesn't feel that good. Normally I feel really understeery, but now the tires have been warming up, and that means that we actually might be able to use that inside line and get a good lap time and improve our lap even further and maybe get close to that personal best. Although we also have to watch out at the exit because we did hit the wall on the outside there. That is what I meant with the understeer. that sometimes feel very bad. Now you do see me hit quite a few apexes. They have a little bit of the barrier that sticks out here on the right, for example. That is just getting out of the way. It's not really hard, and it does make sure that you hit that apex a little bit better. You can carry a lot of speed and it doesn't slow you down. So we're trying to set a quick lap here, and we're going through the left and then the right hander, and then we go on to the start finish straight through the right hander. We hit the wall though. We hit race control there on the inside. That slowed us down for this and the next lap. And on the up ramp here again on the outside, we hit the wall, but now we have two people in front of us. Let's see if we can quickly get past through the left hander. We have a lot of speed through the hairpin. We can get past the first one, and we're looking towards the inside of the guy in front. We give him a little tap. He notices us, goes wide, but loses control and hits me in the back. We actually have to steer the opposite way, but we luckily managed to save the car. That could have been quite a big crash. I was on the brakes already and I just managed to save it, but we did get past. Quite a hard knock on the kart, but it does seem to handle fine still. And our last lap, actually, even though I made some mistakes, was quite good. Can we actually with these overtakes get another good lap? Unfortunately not going across the line. A 44.11, so definitely a very bad lap for me. But then again, there was some traffic, and that means we're gonna try on this lap. We have a really good left-hander there, that long left-hander. We really stayed on the inside, carrying a lot of speed. So let's see through the end of this lap, to the right, braking for the double hairpin. That looks good, taking quite a lot of speed. Now we're approaching the down ramp, and actually through the down ramp we take there the apex of the middle part, but we do have someone in front. Do they hold us up at the end of the lap? We are approaching them rapidly, but they do have a good exit there through the right, left flick, right flick, still carrying good speed, and through to the final corner, and now across the line. We do actually improve on our personal best, a 41.53, as through the first corner we also get past that guy. So that is a really good lap, improving my personal best. And that's not the final improvement, that is to come. We will still be improving that lap time, so that is very good. And now just trying to keep that momentum. If you're going quite well, then you can just keep building on that pace. So hopefully no more traffic that we have to contend with. And now let's see this lap. This does also look quite a decent lap. As we're approaching the end, you still can make a big mistake through these final corners, so we have to make sure it's good, but it is looking decent. Going now to the start finish straight, and we go across the line. That overtake cost us about a second, unfortunately, a 42.45, but we're now on the fastest lap of the session, taking good speed through these right-handers on the left-hander, really sticking to that inside, then through the right-hand hairpin, hitting the apex, going wide to take more speed on this kind of straight. It's flat out but not straight through the double hairpin here, braking late, good apex. Someone goes very wide on the left-hander. That means we don't get held up, and actually through the down ramp we go wide on the middle part. We hit the apex on the final part. We go through the left-right, that looks good. Then right-hander, then the left-right flick. This is looking very good. And then we go across the line at the end of the lap, and it's gonna be a 41.31, so 2/10 improvement. Really well done, and a really great lap there. As we hit the apex there on the inside, that means we're not going to be improving, as we're also on our penultimate lap here, and we do actually have some traffic in front, so they might also hold us up, and that means definitely not a quicker lap as we go through the double hairpin. The first part we hit the apex again, that doesn't help, and that slows us down again. Two people now in front of me. We try on the inside there on the down ramp, doesn't quite work, and they go wide to the exit of the down ramp, and that is one overtake done. Now someone with a yellow helmet really trying to flick that kart through. We're right behind them. Let's see if they get out of the way as they start to get at blue lamps. Now we approach the up ramp through the right hander. Looking behind, they look a little bit racy, but on the up ramp at the right hander at the end, they actually let me through. Unfortunately, this is the final lap, and that way of letting me through is quite unexpected. I was being very careful not to hit someone else in the back, but that also means that this lap kinda is ruined, or at least not going to be a personal best, which is fine. Of course it happens. We're in a public session, and I'm not blaming anyone to be slower than me. That's okay. As we now approach the end of the lap, and although it is going to be the in lap, I don't notice until the end, so we will be pushing through the full lap. Now let's see what that lap time is going to be. Is it going to be decent? It's going to be a 43.05. Not great, but definitely better than the other lap that I said. Now again, someone in front of me through the left hander here. We make sure we don't hit them in the back, and we're going to go on the in lap. Now thank you guys for watching. if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like as we actually do the final overtake of the video. Comment how you thought my save was when I got hit in the back, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I will see you next week with the final heat from this day at Kartbaan Duiven, but we're going into the pit now, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.